Still on Women's Day, it's Women's Month again, a month that focuses on the empowerment of women based on exclusions from the past. These exclusions have caused major gaps socially but also economically. Over the past couple of years, the effects of COVID-19, social activism and economic uncertainty have impacted women's attitudes about their finances. The overall reality has been that women have had less opportunities than men. The effects of the weak economy have worsened the situation. But to tell us more about women and finance, we are now joined via Zoom by Hayley Parry, money coach and facilitator at One Life's Truth About Money. Hayley, thank you so much for your time on the agenda. How has the economic flounder affected women's finances? Has it taken us backwards in women empowerment efforts?
So, I think what we need to look at is that before COVID even became an issue when it came to our finances, women had a double whammy when it comes to their money. The first thing is that we tend to live longer than men, and that means we need to have more money put aside for our retirement. And the second is that we tend to earn less. The gender wage gap is a real thing. In case you don't know, International Equal Pay Day is March 15th for women. And what that represents is how long it takes in a year for women to earn the same as what a man did for the same job in the previous year. Now, if you are black or if you're a mom or if you're any other race, that date goes even further back. So, for example, September 8th is the day for Equal Pay Day if you're a mom trying to earn the same as a dad the year before. So, these were two issues that really affected women's ability not only to earn money, but also to put money aside for their future. Then along came the pandemic, as well as our cost of living crisis that we're all kind of experiencing at the moment. And what has happened further is that there's a third element that comes into play, and that's the amount of time that women take out of the workforce for caregiving. And what that does is it further reduces our ability to earn and move forwards in our careers. And so, you've got these three forces that come into play. And unfortunately, when it comes to our finances, it tends to put women on the back foot.
So, Hayley, how has this affected our overall society, given the family roles that are played by women in the overall, family dynamics and structures?
So, what it tends to do is it reduces our impact, right? It reduces our ability to make a difference in a positive manner. If women can earn more, what it allows them to do is it allows them to save more, to spend more, and very important from a family perspective and a societal and community perspective, women tend to prioritize the education of their children. As soon as they have money, that's one of the first things that they put money towards. So what it does is, it negatively impacts not only families, but communities and societies as well. That's why we really need to have a focus on ensuring that we not only empower women when it comes to their finances, but we also educate them, because that's going to be the thing that underpins a growing financial empowerment. Once you're earning money, you need to know what it is that you do with that money. And financial education is a key, it's a critical first step in order to make sure that we advance how women not only participate in society, but how they enable their salaries to really create financial futures that are very beneficial, not only to their families, but to the communities that they live in.
You've just led me directly to my next question, Hayley, as we crisscross the country today as SABC News, watching all those commemorations around Women's Day. There's conversations around gender-based violence and how, the woman should be empowered. Why should the financial empowerment of women be such of a great focus?
So when you're talking about gender-based violence, you're also talking about issues around abuse in women in general. And unfortunately, what we've learned is that financial abuse is often linked to other forms of abuse when it comes to women. So I can give you some stats, for example. We know that amongst the millennial age group, prior even to COVID, 7 out of 10 women experienced financial abuse at the hands of their partners. And unfortunately, what that means from a practical level is that you reduce the choices and the options that women have. it means that you can't leave a job that is not good for you. It means you can't leave a relationship because essentially you're financially dependent on a spouse or a partner, and that partner is using that financial dependence in a negative way. And what we've also learned is that where there's financial abuse, there's often other forms of abuse too. So it all comes together, right? We need to make sure that not only we're empowering women, but in so doing, we know that we reduce the opportunity for financial abuse. And at the same time, we need to ensure that we're uplifting and empowering women and doing that with financial education so that when women are able to earn a salary, they know what it is that they need to do with their money in order to create a financial future that makes a big difference to them. You know, it's one of those things that unfortunately, we're not often taught at home or at school. How do I manage the money I do have better? What is it that I need to do in order to protect my family and to build a future that is going to make a difference not only to my generation, but to the ones that come?
Hayley Parry is a money coach and was talking to us about women's attitudes towards their finances. Thanks very much indeed for your time on the agenda.